Good afternoon, my dear students. Welcome to our maths class. So, the last class we are introduced the concept of rounding off, and the first one is round off to the nearest 10. Okay, what are the rules of find out the nearest 10? If the number in the ones place 5 or greater than 5, add 1 to the tens place and change the ones place to 0. Okay, if the number in ones place is smaller or below the 5, what happened? There is no change in tens place and change the ones place to 0. Now we have the nearest 100. Rounding of numbers to the nearest 100. Okay, what are the things we have to discuss in rounding of numbers to the nearest 100? That means if the digit in the tens place is 5 or greater than 5. Okay, if the digit in the tens place is 5 or greater than 5, add 1 to the 100 place and change ones and tens to 0. The number is rounded up. I will give an example so you can understand. In the case of 382, which number in tens place? Yes, 8 in tens place. 8 is greater than 5. 8 is greater than 5. So, if the number is in the tens place is greater than 5, what happened? Add 1. Add 1 to the 100 place. That means if we add 1 to the 100 place, we get 4 and change other places 0. Okay. This is your first example. In the case of 382, 8 in which place? Tens place. And 8 is greater than 5. 8 is greater than 5. So, add 1 to the 100 place. Okay. Add 1 to the 100 place. Then change the other places 0. And this is rounded up. This is rounded up. Okay. Next one is if the digit in the tens place is less than 5. That means below 5. Change the digit in the tens and ones place to 0. There is no change in which place? 100 place. Change the tens and ones place to 0. So, in the case of 326, 2 in which place? Tens place. 2 is smaller than 5. So, there is no change in which place? There is no change in 100 place. Change the ones and tens to 0. This is rounding of numbers to the nearest 100. I will give another example so you can understand the concept. Okay. So, this is our second topic in rounding off. First we learn about round off to the nearest 10. Okay. Round off to the nearest 10. Now we are learn about round off to the nearest 100. I will give an example. This is your number. Find out the nearest 100. How to find out? So, first you look at the which digit? Which place? Tens place. 3 in tens place. Okay? 3 in tens place. 3 is greater than 5 or smaller than 5? Yes, it is smaller than 5. That means it is rounded down or up. Rounded rounded down. Okay, it is rounded down. Next, you have to find out the nearest hundred of 832. Next step is, it is rounded down, okay. Greater, it is below the 5, so there is no change in 100 place. There is no change in 100 place. That means write as 8 and other places are changed to 0. And this is the nearest hundred of 832. This is the nearest hundred of 832. First, if you get a number, the question is find out the nearest hundred. Find out the tens place. Tens place in 3. In this question, 3 is in tens place and that is below the 5. That is below the 5. That means it is rounded down. If above the 5, it is rounded up. In this question, the number is below the 5, so it is rounded down. And find out which is the nearest hundred of 832. What will do? Yes, there is no change in which place? 100 place. And that is 8, and change the ones and tens to 0. I have another example. Find out the nearest hundred of yes, 758. 5 in which place? 5 in tens place. Okay, 5 in tens place. That means 5 is equal to 5. So it is rounded up. It is rounded up. You have to find out. Now you have to find out the nearest hundred of 852. So add 1 to the 100 place and change. Yes, ones and tens. So this is the nearest hundred of 758. You got it? In the first case, 3 in tens place and it is below the 5. It is below the 5, that means it is rounded down. Then how to find out the nearest hundred? Yes, add. There is no change in 100 place. Change the ones and tens to 0. Okay. Next is 758. This number tens place is 5. 5 is equal to 5. That means it is rounded up. So how to find out the nearest hundred? Add 1 to the 100 place and change the ones and tens to 0. Is it clear there? Okay, very good. So I have another example. Okay, this number, find out the nearest hundred and also it is rounded up or down. Which number is in tens place? 3. 3 in tens place. 3 in tens place. Okay? You only look at the place of, in the case of 100, you look at the place of tens. In the case of nearest 10, look at the ones place. Okay? So 3 in tens place. 3 is smaller than 5. So it is rounded up or down? Rounded down. It is rounded down. Next, find out the nearest hundred of 1236. 3 is below 5, so there is no change in this place. Okay? The places next become 0. Okay? You got it? This is the nearest hundred of the 1236. Okay. Next we can discuss rounding of numbers to nearest 1000. The last is rounding of numbers to nearest 1000. Same like rounding of numbers to nearest tens and hundred. The same rules are there. That is, if the digit in the hundred place, in the case of 10, look at the ones place. In the case of 100, look at the tens place. And in the case of 1000, look at the hundred place. And that is 5 or greater than 5, the number is rounded up. Okay, the number is greater than 5 or equal to 5, then that will be rounded up. Okay, so add 1 to the digit in the 1000 place. Add 1 to the 1000 place. Change 100 tens and ones to 0. Okay, I have an example. 2638. What is the nearest thousand of 2638? So look at the which place? 100 place. 100 place is 6. 6 is greater than 5. Okay, 6 is in 100 place. 6 is greater than 5. So it is rounded up. Rounded up, and find out the nearest thousand of this number. Add 1 to the which place? 1000 place. Add 1 to the 1000 place and change other places as 0. So 3000 is the nearest thousand of 2638. Okay. The next is, if the digit in the 100 place is less than 5, if the digit in the 100 place is less than 5, it is rounded down. Okay, it is rounded down. And what happened? Change the numbers tens, ones, 100 is 0. Change ones, tens and 100 as 0. Example, 2438. What is the nearest thousand of 2438? 4 in which place? 100 place. 4 is less than 5. So, there is no change in thousand place, that is 0. Write 2, others numbers become 0. Okay, this is about rounding of numbers to nearest thousand. This is the last part of round off to the numbers, and I have some example related to this topic. Okay. Okay. So, nearest thousand is your nearest thousand. The first number is which is the nearest thousand of this number. So if you get a number, which place, look at which place, 100 place, 2 in 100 place, 2 in 100 place. Okay. Next step is 2 is smaller than 5. That means it is rounded up or down. It is rounded down. Next, so 2 steps are completed. We are looking at 100 place, that is 2. 2 is smaller than 5, so it is rounded down. Next, find out nearest thousand number. So the number is smaller than 2. There is no change in thousand place, and others number change to 0. This is the nearest thousand of 5235. Okay. Next, I have another example. Find out the nearest thousand of 2832. Which number in 100 place? 1800 place. 1800 place. Okay. 1800 place. Next, 8 is greater than 5. So it is rounded It is rounded up or down? Rounded up. It is rounded up. Next, find out nearest thousand of this number. So this is the 100 place. It is greater than 5. So add 1 to the 1000 number and change other number 0. You got it? Got it? Okay. So today we are learn about round off to the numbers, and that is round off to the previous class we are learned about already round off to nearest 10. Next round off to nearest 100, then nearest 1000. Okay, in the case of nearest 100, what are the rules? Yes, look at the digit in the tens place and it is 5 or greater than 5. Add 1 to the which place? 100 place, and ones and tens become 0. And in the case of 1000 which place is? Look at the 100 place. 100 place is greater than 5. Add 1 to the 1000 place and change other numbers 0. Okay, so you have an activity, page number 66, exercise 6. You have to write the B and C question. Each questions have 4 numbers, and if you have any doubt you can contact me. Okay, pick. Yes, round off numbers. Okay, nearest round off numbers to nearest 10, round off numbers to nearest 100, round off numbers to nearest 1000. Okay, so in round off numbers to nearest 10, what are the rules? Yes, the number in ones place is 5 or greater than 5. It is rounded up or down? Yes, it is rounded up. The number in ones place, the ones place is less than 5 and that is rounded down. Okay, and round off to nearest 100. The number in tens place is 5 or greater than 5. The number is rounded up. Okay, the number in tens place is 5 less than 5 and it is rounded down. And the last topic is round off to nearest 1000. So the 100 place is 5 or greater than 5. The number is rounded up. The 100 place is less than 5 and that is rounded down. So it is clear that today we are going to learn about a new topic, and that is Roman numerals. What is your topic? Roman numeral. Okay, we can start. So the Romans are developed their own symbol to represent numbers. The Romans are developed their own symbols to represent numbers. These are called Roman numeral. So you can see in some watch, clocks, the hours are represented as Roman letters. Okay, so the Roman numerals are developed by the Romans, okay, with their own symbol. So we can see a table here. Okay, all of you listen here. This is a table, and you can see how many letters here, how many English alphabets? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and 7. Okay, the Romans are used 7 letters of English alphabet to write numbers. These are the 7 letters. That means I, V, X, L, C, D and M. Okay, this is very important. This is very important. So, this table is represented the 7 letters with corresponding Hindu-Arabic numerals. Okay, these letters are represented corresponding Hindu-Arabic numerals. Okay, we can study about that. Which letter is this? Yes, this is I, and it is represented as 1. The letter I is represented as 1. Okay, and the second one is V. The second one is V. It is represented the number 5. It is represented the number 5. And third one is X. Third one is X, and it is represented the number 10. Okay, and L is represented the number 50, and the C represented the number 100, and the letter D represented the number 500, and the letter M represented by 1000. Commonly we use I, V and X. Okay, it is clear that the I represented the letter I represented the number 1, the letter V represented the number 5, the letter X represented the number 10, the letter L represented the number 50, the letter C represented number 100, the D represented the number 500, the letter M represented the number 1000. So, you should write in your notebook and study well about these letters and the number also. Okay, now I will show a chart. I will show a chart here that Hindu Arabic numerals from 1 to 13 and with corresponding their Roman numerals. Okay. Okay, this is the Hindu Arabic numerals with corresponding Roman letters up to 39. Okay, up to 39. All of you listen here. This chart is representing Hindu Arabic numerals with their Roman numerals from 1 to the number 39. Okay, first the 1. Okay. The 1 is the Roman numerals I. Then 2 is the Roman numerals I means 1. So, 2 I's are 2. Is it clear that? Next is 3. How to write the number 3 as Roman numerals? Yes, there are 3 I's are there. Okay. Next is 4. So, in this 4, we can see the I and V. I means 1. And V means 5. But we can study about writing Roman numeral, the rules of writing numerals. So, you can clearly understood why this number is right like this. Okay. Now, we can just discuss about that. 6 is written like the V then 1. Okay. The V and I. Sorry, the V and I. The next is 6. 6 means V and I, 2 I's are there. Okay. 5 plus 2. Okay. Next is 7 is V and 3 I's. V and 3 I's. And 8. 7 is V and 2 I's. 8 is V and 3 I's. And 9 is I and X. I means 1, X means 10. Okay. Next 10 is represented as the letter X. Okay. Next is 11. That means X and I. 10 and 1. The 12 is the X and 2 I's. The X and 2 I's. That means the 10 and 2. The 10 and 2, 10 plus 2 is equal to 12. Next number is 13. Okay. The X and 3 I's are there. The X and 3 I's are there. Okay. 10 plus 3. Next number is 14. The Hindu Arabic numeral is 14 and its Roman numeral is XIV. XIV. Okay. 10, 1 and 5. Okay. 15. 10 X and V. 15 is x and v. Okay. Next is 16 x v I. X v I. 17 x v 2 i's are there. X v 2 i's are there. Then 18 x v 3 i's are there. Then 19 x I x. X I x. Okay. 20 means 2 x are there. 10 and 10. Okay. 21 2x and 2 i's are there. 22 2x and 2 i's are there. 23 2x 3 i's are there. And 24 2x I v. Okay. 25 2x and the letter v. The letter v means 5. 20 plus 5. 26 2x and 5 and 1. 26. Okay. When we studied about the writing rules, you can understand well. Okay. After this discussion, we can discuss about the rules of writing. So you should clearly understood these numbers. Okay. So don't worry right now. And this is 27 x v 2 i's. Okay. 28 means x v 3 i's are there. 29 x I and x. 30 3x are there. 10 10 10 30. Okay. 31 3x and 1. 32 3x and 2 i's are there. 33 3x and 3 i's are there. 34 3 i's I v and 35 3x and v. Okay. 36 3x v and I. 37 3x v 2 i's are there. And 38 3x v 3 i's are there. And at last 39 3x I and x. So sometimes you have difficulty how these numbers are arranged, how these letters are arranged. There is some difference when 4 the I is on left side, but in the case of 6 the I is on right side. So we can study about the rules of writing Roman numeral. So you should clear how to write Roman numerals. Okay. Okay. So next we have to study about the rules of writing Roman numerals. Okay. The rules of writing Roman numerals. Okay. Before that you should write this table on your notebook, and also the Roman numerals, the value of Roman numerals with their corresponding Hindu-Arabic numerals. Okay. So our next topic is rules for writing Roman numerals. Our topic is rules for writing Roman numerals. So you can understand well about how to write a Roman numeral. Okay, so the first rule, the I, the symbols I and X repeated up to 3 times in a number. The symbol I and X repeated up to 3 times in a number, and the symbol V is not repeated in a number. Okay, with the example you can understand. The symbol, first one is the symbol I, X can be repeated up to 3 times in a number. This is very important. The symbol I and X can be repeated up to 3 times in a number. Symbol the V is never repeated. Okay, the V is never repeated. With example, you can understand. Okay, example. Okay, I denote which number? I means yes, the 1. And X is 10. Okay, I is 1, X is 10. So 2i means 1 plus 1. Yes, it is 2. Okay, X means 10. 2x, 10 plus 10, 20. Is it clear that? If you have doubt, you can write as by the adding 1 plus 1 is equal to 2. Okay? 10 plus 10 is equal to 20. So, the first is I means 1, the X means 10. The second one, the I is repeated 2 times, so we get the number 2. In X is repeated 2 times, we get the number 20. The symbols are repeated means added. Okay? Repeated means added. Okay? Added the numbers. So, what is our rule? The symbol I and X can be repeated up to 3 times. So, 1, 2 times is repeated, next is 3. That means I, 3 I's. 3 I's means, yes, 3. The I is repeated 3 times. Next is X. X is repeated 3 times. That means 10 plus 10 plus 10 is equal to 30. 10 plus 10 plus 10 is equal to 30. Is it clear? Okay. So, our first rule of writing Roman numeral is the symbol I and X can be repeated up to 3 times in a number. Repeated means adding the numbers. Okay. The symbol V is never repeated. This is our first rule. So, it's clear that? So, the first one is I means 1 time. Second, 2 times I is repeated. So, 1 plus 1, 2. X is the symbol of 10. 2x means 10 plus 10, 20. 3 I's, 1 plus 1 plus 1 is equal to 3. 3x, 10 plus 10 plus 10 is equal to 30. So, first you should know the values of the number I, X, V, like that. Okay. You should study the tables, the symbol with the values. Okay. So, this is our first rule. And the second rule is very important. The second rule is very important. Okay. The second one is the symbol of smaller value is written on the right of the greater value. The number is added. The number is added. The rule is, I will tell you in details. The symbol of smaller value is written on the right of the greater value. The number is added. I will write an example so it's clear about that. Okay. V and I. V and I. V means 5. I means 1. Okay. So, I is right on V. The I is right on V. So, I is smaller than yes V. So, 5 plus 1 is equal to 6. 5 plus 1 is equal to 6. The rule is the symbol of smaller value. The symbol of smaller value is written on the right. If it is left, this I is left side, this is subtracted. Now this is on the right side, so this is added. Another example. X is equal to 10 and V is equal to 5. Okay. V is smaller than X. V is smaller than X. So, the number will be added. XV 10 plus 5 is equal to 15. 10 plus 5 is equal to 15. You have any doubt? The rule is the symbol of smaller value is added right to the greater value. The value is added. Okay. If it is left side, it is subtracted. I will give another example. Like which number is this? Can you identify? X means 10. I means 1. 10 plus 1. That means it is 11. Okay. How to get this 11? 10 plus 1. Okay. Is it clear that? Five plus 2. That means it is 7. The I is smaller than V. I is smaller than V. So, it is added. Okay. Is it clear? This is the second rule of writing Roman numerals. And move on to the last rule. And that is same method. The symbol of smaller value is written on left side. It is subtracted. The value is subtracted. The smaller value is subtracted. The smaller value is subtracted. I will give an example so it's clear. This is I and V. It is added or subtracted. How to understand? I means 1. V means 5. So, the smaller value is left side. So, it is subtracted. Is it clear that? Smaller value is left side. So, it is subtracted. 5 minus 1 is equal to 4. And this number, this Roman numeral is represented as 4. You got it, the idea? If the smaller value is left side, it is subtracted. If the smaller value is right side, it is added. I will give another example. I and X. I and X. I means 1. Okay, clear? X means 10. So, the smaller value is left side of the greater value. So, 10 minus 1 is equal to 9. Is it clear? So, the third rule is the symbol of smaller value is written on left side of the greater value. Left side of the greater value is subtracted. That means the smaller value is left side, it is subtracted. If the smaller value is right side, it is added. Okay? This is all about the rules of writing Roman numerals. Okay? So, Roman numerals, there are how many symbols? 7 symbols. I means 1, V means 5, X means 10, L means 50, C means 100, D means 500, M means 1000. So, we are studied about how to write the Roman numeral. Then we have some exercises. Express as, the question is, express as Hindu Arabic numerals. Express as Hindu Arabic numerals. Hindu Arabic numerals. Okay, the first one is second one, third one, and fourth one is fifth one is so read the questions carefully. Express as Indo-Arabic numerals. That means these are the Roman numerals and write the corresponding Hindu-Arabic numeral. So the first question, X means 10 and it is I means 1 and it is which number? Which number is this? Yes, this is 5. So 10 plus the smaller value is left on the greater value, it is added or subtracted. Yes, it is subtracted. That means 5 minus 1. So 10 plus 4, 14. 10 plus 4, 14. Second one, this is 10 plus the smaller value is right on the greater value. So it is added 5 plus 1. Okay, so this is 10 plus 6. 10 plus 6, 16. Okay, and third one, 3x. 10 plus 10 plus 10 plus smaller value is left on the greater value. So it is subtracted. 10 minus 1. That means 30, 39. Okay. So you should follow the rules of writing Roman numerals. And next 10 plus the smaller values are right on the greater value. So it is added. 5 plus 1 plus 1 plus 1. And the value is 10 plus 5. Okay, 10, 18. Okay, next is 3x. That means 10 plus 10 plus 10 plus 5 plus 2. That means 37. 37. The last one 2x. That means 10 plus 10 plus 2. 22. And this is the Hindu Arabic numerals of Roman numerals. So last session, the same way the Hindu Arabic numerals are given and write the Roman numerals. Okay. Express as Roman numerals. Express as Roman numerals. And the examples are 8, 27, 29, 13, 34, 17. Okay, the first one is 8. How to write? Yes, 5 and 3. 3 I's and 1 V. 27 means 10 plus 10 and 7. That means 5, 2. Okay. Third one 29. 2x. 20 and 9. How to write 9? Learn about it. Yes. Next is 13. X. 3 I's are there. Okay. 34. X. And how to write the 4? Yes. Okay. And the last one 17. 10, 5 and 2. So you should study the values of I, V and X mainly. Okay. So this is about today's class, and today we are learn about the Roman numerals and write the tables and study well the values of I, V and X and all. And you have an activity exercise 4, page number 69, A and B. You should complete it. Okay. Thank you.